How's it going, everyone? Welcome to a new episode on V Test Drive. That's right, as you notice, we have our second Porsche on the channel. And I want to specify, I've been saying the name Porsche wrong my entire life. Bear with me if throughout the review I say Porsche a couple of times instinctively. I'm trying to work on that. But regardless from this, let me direct your attention to today's spotlight. It is a 2017 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. Now the 4 signifies it is a 4-wheel drive 911. The base Carrera 4 has 370 horsepower, while this one has a whopping 420. Really makes a huge difference. But one of the best features of this vehicle is that it's a stick shift. That's right, it is a 7-speed manual transmission. In 2017, only 5% of the 4Ss were equipped with a manual. The rest were all specced out with the PDK transmission. So in 2017, this car was redesigned, slightly facelifted, because let's be real, for the last 50 years, all Porsches have been pretty much the same. But the biggest change in 2017 is in the back rear end of this car. Let me take you there and let me show you what I'm talking about. So in 2017, Porsche released the code name 991.2, which is the code name for this vehicle. And they did something quite controversial. They took off the naturally aspirated engine and turbocharged all their lineup. And purists went crazy. How can you destroy 50 years of naturally aspirated heritage and shove in a turbocharged 3-liter flat-6 engine? Now, the only flat-6 I experienced was the Cayman GTS. I reviewed it last year. I left a link down below. Click it if you guys haven't done so already. And that one had a naturally aspirated engine. The 2016 and downwards 911s had a 3.8 flat-6. Like I said, this one is a 3-liter twin turbocharged. So I'll tell you one thing, you definitely hear the turbos whistling and spooling on this vehicle. Another interesting optional equipment on this car is those sport exhausts. And even though this car is equipped with a turbo which does slightly muffle the sound, this exhaust system with its valves equipped does a fantastic job. Have a listen. It's definitely not as crisp or as raunchy as the previous naturally aspirated models, but it still sounds fantastic. But I mostly want to draw your attention on how wide this vehicle is. This being a 4-wheel drive makes the car slightly wider than the regular Carrera. And for that matter, it is equipped with massive 305s in the rear and quite puny 245s in the front. Very interesting setup, very quirky. I've never seen such a difference in staggered setups on any vehicle whatsoever. Now, I was a little skeptical about the silver color scheme when I saw the pictures. I've always believed that Porsches need to have more flashy colors or more contrasting colors. When you see it in real life, honestly, it's starting to grow on me. I like how sleeper and monotone the color is. I like the fact that it is a little bit more subdued, a little less look at me. Very cool, very neutral monotone color. And of course, the front end hasn't changed that much over the last 50 years. And it's kind of a timeless design. I don't think it's ever gonna go out of fashion. You want a 911 Porsche? This is what you're gonna expect for it to look. Like I said, just the dimensions really get bloated over the years. Performance goes up, etc. Not much more to talk about the exterior. I mean, look at it. Beautiful, beautiful car, as per usual. Let's hop on inside because there are a little bit few interesting and quirky features that this car is equipped. Come on in, let's go. All right, so we are inside the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. I mean, there's not really that much to say. It is exactly what you would expect from a Porsche. Beautiful manual gear lever. That is really the highlight of this vehicle. Like I said earlier, 5% of 911 4Ss are equipped with a manual. Don't get me wrong, the PDK is superior, especially in 0 to 100 kilometer range. The PDK does it in 4 seconds, while this car does it in 4.2. They approved the infotainment system in 2017. They upgraded it to its new touchscreen system. Very responsive, very, very intuitive. It is equipped with Apple CarPlay, but no Android Auto. So sorry to all my Google friends, Porsche does not like you. Now, Porsche gives you a variety of options. They give you a huge selection and a huge customizations list. And this is what I like. A lot of the times the owners spec out the cars to their liking. And the best example I can give you are those yellow seat belts. They're really cool. They really contrast super well with the car, as well as the chronometer right up here is also yellow. There's not really much point to talk about more of the rest of the interior. It is equipped with a lovely sounding Bose sound system. It sounds great. What more can I say about that? I mean, and that's about it. I'm not gonna focus too much on the inside of this vehicle. I mean, what we wanna really try out today is its daily drivability when you're in comfort mode. I'm gonna take it on some back roads, our usual little pattern where we're used to doing. I'm gonna go in Sport Plus and really open this car up. I wanna see how 420 horsepower of a twin turbocharged flat 6 engine actually behaves. Really curious to see how all this goes. Let's hop on in and let's go for a little ride. Come on. All right, let's fire up the 911 4S and let's go for a little test drive. So I got the car set up in comfort mode because the first thing I want to try out is really the comfort levels and the potential of a daily drivability, because this car is a daily driven vehicle. So right off the bat, in comfort mode, everything feels a little bit more tamed. The throttle response is a lot number, but number in a good way. The transmission is a very sporty gearbox. So in comfort mode, it feels a little bit more smooth, more subdued. But again, I'm cruising around the city now, very modest, driving at very normal, low speeds. And the car feels very good. If you want to do a little overtake, it's not too crazy. It still goes around in comfort mode. But really, this car's potential opens up the second you go into Sport in Sport Plus. So now we're at a light. Let's go in Sport and let's give it a little bit of a kick and see how it goes. I heard the exhaust in right away. The exhaust valves opened up. And we're off. Let's try to be relatively careful and let's do this. Oof. What do you want? It's not a slouch. It is. Is not a slouch. It's 420 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 369 pound-feet as low as 1,700 RPM. I'll be honest, I drove the Porsche Cayman GTS. That was very raw, a very visceral, very direct feeling. The car was as well a stick shift, so that really helped you engage with it. This one does not feel this way. It really isn't an all-on go-kart. It's more refined. The power band and the power delivery is a little smoother. Everything feels more refined. It feels more of a gentleman's Porsche than it does of a crazy track car. But let's be real. Most of the people aren't going to buy a Porsche 911 to be able to drive it in comfort mode. It will be a weekend car a lot of the times. So I prefer to twist my little knob here, go in Sport mode, hear the exhaust opening up, auto blip downshift to fourth, auto blip downshift to third, and let's floor it. It sounds so good. Oh, it sounds so good. Now the question is, if we put it in Sport Plus, we see the suspension dampening activating right away. I feel the grooves in the road more. I feel the imperfections a little more. The steering is sharper. Damn, it's pretty sharp actually. And another neat feature in Sport Plus, you actually see it in your gauge in front. When you activate it, your turbos are always staying on standby at about 1 or 2 PSIs, which that's supposed to diminish turbo lag. Definitely kills you on fuel consumptions, but doesn't matter. You don't have to wait a couple of milliseconds for your turbos to spool up. They're already in like ready mode. They're ready to attack. Now I do have to give the engine a small criticism. I know Porsche engineers did their best to eliminate turbo lag. And I'll be honest, It's very, very, very minimal. Up to the point where you can't even call it turbo lag. But it's still there. The naturally aspirated Porsches, the second you touch the throttle, it's instantaneous. It really is. This one has a little bit of a hesitation. Let me show you. Second, hesitation. But it's such a small hesitation that it's more nitpicking here than anything else. So here's another fun little quirk about the car. We're currently in sport mode, and if you hear, we hear cracks and burbles and pops from the exhaust when we downshift or when we let go of the gas. Let's try again. There it is. Now if we go in Sport Plus, which is supposed to make the car slightly quicker and more aggressive, you lose that sound. Sport Plus, and now listen. Nothing. I don't hear any pops and burbles, nothing of the sort. That is so interesting. I don't know why Porsche did that. I feel like the valves in the exhaust closed, maybe to give you more back pressure. I don't know. Please, if anybody has an answer to that, write in the comments below. Really odd. So we have a nice little straight coming here. We got the auto blips on. We got the spoiler raised. We're in Sport Plus, and let's see how it behaves. Downshift. Whoa! Sport Plus really pulls. It seriously transforms the car. Wow. And of course, you got the Porsche Precision. That's a given. We have another straight here coming. And let's floor it. We're at 4,000, 1 PSI ready. The turbo lag is still there. Red line at 7,000. Damn, this car just keeps going. And the brakes, hard on them. So the brakes work, but I feel like you really got to press down on them. They work really well, but you got to press down on them. It's also a little bit of a heavy car. It is a four-wheel drive system. All right, we're on some nice little beautiful back roads here, the usual place that I always come and test out my little tiny sports cars. All right, let's open her up a bit. It's just, the grunt is there. It really feels like the Cayman GTS. It does a really good job of keeping things very planted. Let's see a nice curve here coming. Wow, the car is so planted. The car feels really good. We got a nice sharp curve coming here. The auto blips are so much fun. Wow, very fun. Very, very, very fun. All right, we got a nice straight coming here. The acceleration is really brutal. Nothing compared to the Cayman, nothing compared. I don't feel too much fading in the brakes though, so that's surprising. Four-wheel drive keeps things so much in check though. All right, we're done messing about. I think we pretty much answered the question. Yes, this car is a back road monster. Everything the Cayman GTS was lacking, this one feels like it makes up for it. The power delivery is truly exceptional. I don't care that they turbocharged it. I really don't. They turbocharged it, but they still made it work. The engine still sounds fantastic. It is still a Porsche 911 at the end of the day. And not only that, it's a Porsche 911 that you can just shove into comfort mode and everything's gonna subdue. And you can drive for long trips, long hours, and be very, very comfortable. So I want to take a moment to thank everyone for the massive support. I mean, you guys might find it funny, but it's been a boyhood dream of mine to try a 911. I had a poster of it back in '96 when Bad Boys 1 came out. This is the first time I get to try it several years later, and it is all thanks to your support. So please, once again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Goes a long way. Tell me what you guys think of this car, if you own one, if I've missed certain things, if I'm wrong about other things. I mean, I'm here to learn as much as you guys are. Once again, this is Iordan signing off from the test drive. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure had loads of fun filming it. And stay tuned, we have another nice few cars coming along. I will be reviewing very soon a E92 BMW M3 manual. Let's see how it compares to this one. I feel like these two are kind of in the same league. But stay tuned to that one. That's a video that's coming soon. So once again, thank you all, and we'll see each other next time. Bye-bye.